Hey, aloha and happy Friday. This is Chris, and if it's Friday, I am wearing red. You may be familiar with the acronym RED, or Remember Everyone Deployed, and I wear red every single Friday in honor of our military men and women and their families. And it feels even more special this weekend before the sacred holiday of Memorial Day to be wearing this color. So thank you so very much if any of you are military families. I put a post out earlier this week titled Dear CEO, and I had no idea how it would resonate with so many people. It was a really simple post, and actually I'm not a super complex thinker. It was a post that I just sat down and thought about. If I were the CEO or an individual in an organization with a CEO, what would I want? What would I want from a human resource leader who is sitting down with me? What would I want from a hiring manager or my manager that I'm working directly with? And as I went through each one of those steps in a very simple way, was able to draw out the correlation of humanity that we all have within organizations. No matter how big or complex your organization is, the reality is we're all very connected. I think it also resonated because there are so many of those hopeful souls right now who are waiting to hear back from a hiring manager or a recruiter. They're hoping and they're anxious for that email. And I've received so many messages from you and LinkedIn requests. I am getting to every single one of them. I will respond to all of you. I'm going through about 10 a day right now, but I promise you'll get a personal message back from me. And I want to thank you for reaching out. And that's why I want to record this video for the millions of people right now who have found themselves in a really precarious position of not being employed or having their world turned upside down. I hope this message that I share with you will help in some way. Over the years, when I've worked with different individuals, when a big change comes up, one of the first things I will do is sit down and talk to them about the 5 stages of grief. And if you're not familiar with them, just a simple Google search will tell you what those stages of grief are. And the very first stage you're going to find is denial. If you've been furloughed or laid off or let go or have lost something big, the first thing you think is, this isn't happening to me. It can't happen to me. I'm a vice president or I'm a manager. Or I've given 15 years to this organization. And that very first step is denial. And then we slowly turn to anger and we become really frustrated. And then we start to bargain. And the next step, of course, is depression. And as we work through that depression, we move into acceptance. And the reason I want to share this is because everyone I've talked to about this, I've counseled the same, and that is to be very aware of your emotions and not make any life decisions, big life decisions, when you're either angry or depressed. I shared in an earlier post that this is a moment in your life, not your entire life in a moment, even though it may feel that way. But this could be a defining moment for your life as well. And when we're angry and depressed, we tend to not make the very best of decisions. It's a moment in your life. And so I share that so that you can become more aware of the feelings that you have. Now, these 5 stages are going to come in waves. They're going to come in micro moments. They may come over the course of a day, over the course of a week. You maybe find yourself very discouraged when you're reaching out for a job, or you haven't heard back and you may go through these emotions again. But I share that so that you can be aware and remember when you are angry or depressed not to make major life decisions. Especially if you're depressed, especially if you're losing hope, reach out to somebody, reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to schedule some time to work with you and to talk with you and to hopefully, through our connection, through my connections, help you on the path. Second thing I want to share is this is a great opportunity when you're in that moment of acceptance to really step back and do something new. For the past 5 years and over the last many years, I've coached a lot of individuals in their careers. And one of the things I ask them, and I'm going to ask you right now, is to take out a blank sheet of paper, if this is you, and at the top, just write these 2 words, I like. Put a line there and list them. Get as detailed as possible. Do you like Macs or PCs? Do you like spreadsheets or working with people? Do you like talking on the phone? Do you like sending emails? Be as descriptive as you can possibly be. And list out everything that you like. Do you like humidity or do you like the dry desert? It's okay to be as descriptive as possible. The next thing I'll have you do is write down the words, I wish. Again, draw a line and write down everything you wish. I wish I could work with spreadsheets in the desert, for example. I mean, that may be somebody's wish, I don't know. but write down all the things that you wish. I wish I could write. I wish I could become a technical writer. I wish I could be a technical writer in a mid-sized organization because I like working for mid-sized organizations. That's an example of that. Now, this third step is where I call the rubber meets the road. And what you're gonna write down is, what am I willing to do to make my wish come true? And this is an interesting question, isn't it? What are you willing to do? Are you willing to upskill? Are you willing to work for free? Are you willing to freelance for a period of time, trying to do the thing that you want to get into? This is where you have to be really honest with yourself. Are you willing to relocate? Are you willing to have that difficult conversations with a partner or a spouse about relocation or about changing careers? Are you willing to add some extra time to your commute? Or are you willing to add some time that you might have to get up a little bit earlier or stay up a little bit later to make phone calls or doing things that you normally don't do? So those are 3 questions I would ask if we were to sit down one-on-one together. I'd say, bring me a list of what you like, bring me a list of what you wish, and bring me a list of the things that you're willing to do to make your wish come true. My invitation right now is to take advantage of this time, if you're searching, to step back and work through this process. It's going to help you in the long run. It's going to help you be happier. It's also going to give you something concrete to do and bring clarity and vision to what you're hoping to do in the near future. I'm rooting and pulling for all of you. I'm thankful that you reached out. And there really is truly a correlation and direct connection between that CEO and that hopeful soul who is searching for a job. It might be you. It could be the person next to you, 6 feet away. Aloha. Thank you so much for watching. Best of wishes. In all things, as I like to say, do good and be kind.